what's up?
Baby, let's go!
Welcome to our website. We've got loads of news and gossip for you today. But first, here's a new song.
The moon, the stars, the sky. Come on closer, baby, let the lights go out. Yeah. We fall and then we rise. No more alibis, I wanna hug now. Yeah. Fall into the fire, baby, we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you, oh, we could shine the light, hey. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay, it's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Walk a straight line, how many fingers? An ecstasy, fragrance lingers, yeah. And those endless conversations, and you feel it floating now. I finally got you, and I'll follow you into the fire. Baby, we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you, oh, we could shine the light, yeah. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay, it's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Hold me up, cause you never wanna drop me, not me. Got the key, dancing to unlock me. Side to side, know their fingers don't faze me. Crazy to say, but nothing gonna stop me. You're talking to get you. I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you. You should say what you say. Oh, come on, get it longer. Oh, come on, get it longer. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Show you, let me show you pure love, pure love.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.
Hump Day.
And you know what they say in Hawaii? Shaka laka laka boom boom. How you like that? Is that good, Ronnie?
Ronnie
like
from
it?
Hawaii
Ronnie
goes-
Wolf and Jack from Channel 50 in beautiful Hawaii.
A boom shakalaka boom.
Now, you
Let
can't
me
say
hear
that.
it.
Yeah, boom shakalaka boom.
I'm leaving it to you.
I hurt my throat.
A
when I
Bronx
said
boom shakalaka boom. We're gonna hear
this.
from
Listen, I'm
Alabama.
From the Deep South. That's all I got to say.
DeKalb Avenue.
DeKalb Avenue. You stink. You didn't even let me get that one out. DeKalb. IVI from DeKalb Avenue. He posted it.
Did he?
He said the boys from DeKalb say hi to the Brooklyn Cafe.
The Deep South. How you doing?
I got to tell you, this has really been a strange day.
It's been a great day, right?
We went in a car and we did the morning show from a
We
car
did.
on our way to the school. I got more phone calls in that one show than I ever have in 12 years.
New Mom was great. New Mom was our bartender for the Fem City event, Tracy, the other Tracy. And she says, it's like Slick's in the car with his parents. Hey, Spike, she says.
That was not funny.
8:30, heading up to teaching podcasting, which was a great day today with these kids.
So Tracy said that we're going to put a bar in the backseat of your car, and she's going to bartend, and she wants to do a show from the car.
I'm going to get you a travel mug.
First of all, you're going to have to get me a new elbow because holding that thing like this, my elbow's killing me.
On
right
the
now.
stabilizer?
Yes.
He's got one hand on the stabilizer and one hand on his coffee mug that is not a travel mug. Filled to the top, like a big mug. And of course, I hit every bump there is between here and Delray. Every single pothole there is, boom. There's no way to avoid them. Slick understands.
I did not bring a travel mug because I had no idea we were even doing that. You brought it up last week, but nobody did it. So I said, you know what? Boom, let's go.
Boom,
but I got
shakalaka, boom.
more phone calls and texts over that 45-minute segment that we did.
You ready to open a new studio in the parking lot?
That's why people were calling me. Yes. And Captain Tiny, this is for you because we are opening up Studio C. Studio C, you got A and you got B and you got theater. We are opening up a new studio in the parking lot. There happens to be a 40 by 10 foot boat.
Pirate ship.
A pirate ship. And we're putting cameras and everything on there.
Yep.
And all of the producers are going to be part of this thing because you got Captain Blackbeard, Captain Bluebeard. We got to change the names because he doesn't want to use old names. He wants everything new.
So Slick, it's not a wretch, it's a wrench. Or it's not a wrench. What do you call a female on a pirate ship?
Wench.
A wench. It still sounds so nasty, doesn't it? You're like a wench.
A collywag, swallywag.
That's called a scallywag to
What do
you.
you call somebody who's on the ship that shouldn't be?
A stowaway?
A stowaway.
Castaway, stowaway, yeah.
Stowaway.
But that wouldn't be a woman.
Yes.
Wench is such a bad, right? When you saw, it's like a derogatory name. I need a new name. I can't be like
It's
fairy wench.
derogatory.
Because when you think of a wench, you don't think of something great, or like a pirate's
Well, it
a
has
pirate.
to be great. It's a pirate.
So there's got to be good girls on the
No,
pirate
it's got to be
ship.
naughty girls. We don't want good girls. Good girls stay on the island.
That's our after-hours show. Is the naughty girl show? Is all
The
I
naughty girl, what do you call a naughty girl pirate?
That would be the
Today's-
question. What
let's
do
take
you
a
call?
poll. What would you like to be called if you're a naughty girl pirate?
I don't know. Let's find out.
What would you like to be called?
Inquiring minds want to know.
No,
I got Vinny in my head when he's on the board.
No, he's scary.
But we had the whole crew up with us at Space of Mind today. The kids were great. They're engaging in their podcasting. They're learning. They're producing. They're recording. They're editing. And I heard all about their cities they're creating. Really amazing things we're learning at that school.
Yes, I saw many, many strange podcasts today.
But they were all, but you know, it doesn't
But
matter.
My God, they were unique.
That's what, all that matters is they're doing.
Poop City, Part 2.
The stall tactics.
Yes, I told them about that idea, and they wanted to run in and do it in the bathroom.
They should have.
Hey,
And then flush the toilet.
I told them that too. They have sound bites and everything. It's coming.
So it's coming. We'll see what happens
They're
next
dying
week.
to do it on a Tuesday night or a Monday night at the radio station.
Ah, that'll be fun.
They were all excited.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, you get me into the strangest situation.
I know. You never say no. You just figure it out when you keep going and see what works, what doesn't work, and do it, tweak it.
And I want to just say real quick before we get to our guest that this morning I made fun of Slick because I asked him if his camera was charged, and it wasn't. And he said to me, "You're always picking on me." I'm not. I just knew he didn't charge it.
No, it was charged though. I
It
just didn't put the correct battery in. Thank you.
You didn't put the correct battery in.
Yeah, I have two batteries for.
So it didn't work.
No,
He didn't put the
one
charge
was
battery in.
exhausted and one was fully charged.
You put the wrong one in.
So he
He
did not
charged
char-
it.
He did not charge his camera.
He charged the battery. He just put the uncharged battery in his
Yeah, I
camera.
put the uncharged battery in.
So, ergo, you did not charge your camera. I don't understand.
Ergo.
My
A
English ain't
plus
that
B
bad.
kind of equals D.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Wow, you're like a mom.
Yeah.
You're gonna defend this guy to the end.
I defend my kids to the bitter end. Yes, always.
It's a good thing that
Cracker Barrel's not here.
no, it's a good thing that
Chenza?
Salsa
Oh.
had her camera. Of course, she forgot the clip, so she
But
had to borrow his
together,
clip.
but together they share.
It's a team effort.
It's
But I
always
just
a
wanted to
team
correct that because in the car he got all frowny when I said that you charge your battery. Happened to be right. That's all I gotta say. Anyway.
It's a team effort. We got a good show lined up today. We've got Tracy and Matt Swanson, the Swanson team of Fem City, Boca del Rey. Matt, you're going to have to be an honorary femme with Freddie on this one.
No, we're going to go inside the mind of a man. We sort of hang out at a different place. We go to a different watering hole. And we do Vegas stuff. You know what happens in Vegas? Stays in Vegas, right? Absolutely. That's what we do over there.
And we have a children's artist with us.
Yeah, but you're going to have to tell me her name.
I'm going to let her tell you her name.
What is your name?
My name is
Habla in your microphone.
Yanira.
sorry, Yanira.
In English is what?
In English it's Yanira. In
It's-
Spanish, Janita.
Uh-huh. And in Portuguese
Janira?
is I don't know.
Or Yanira.
I have no idea. I'm going to call her the children's artist because you should see how you spell it. And on top of everything else, she's Chilean from
I'm
Germany.
Chilean and half German.
Biddy, can we lighten up her camera also, please? Thank you. Let's talk to Tracy and Matt, because real estate right now in Boca is Boca, Delray, all of South Florida, booming, right? We just need you guys to pick up your mics.
I don't think there's any real estate left to sell.
Tell us what the Swanson team does, besides deliver great pies on Thanksgiving.
Well, we are residential realtors. We serve South Palm Beach County in particular and North Broward. Central Boca is our sweet spot because we live there. But we have transactions as far north, I guess, as Green Acres, and far south is Coral Springs, Lighthouse Point. So we're all over that area. We always say if we don't know an area the way we feel it should be, we find the best realtor and refer our client or whoever we're speaking with so that we know without a doubt that they've got the very best realtor that's going to take care of them.
And are there properties available right now, or everything's pretty much, it goes on the market and it's gone?
Well, it's close. Actually, Matt has some interesting data about that.
What do you got, Matt?
Yeah, so just backing up, we've been in the business about 13 years, and when we got into business was right after the market crashed. And there were 36 months of inventory. And what I mean by months of inventory is at the pace that sales were going, if no new properties came on the market, it would take 36 months before all the inventory is gone.
Wow.
Fast forward to now, we have 0.9 months of inventory. So if nothing came on the market new, in less than a month, we'd be out of properties to sell. So it's a super hot seller's market.
And from what I'm hearing is people are putting in what they want for their house, and you have to offer more.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, that's exactly what's happening, especially homes that are very updated, that, what we call bring your toothbrush ready. You move in, you don't have to do anything except put your furniture in and live in it. So those highly updated homes are commanding just unbelievable amounts of money.
And
Now,
I think
there was a time, because before the bubble burst, you couldn't find properties either. They had what they call the dwindles, the small 100,000, 150,000 homes. Has the game changed now where the buyers are actually driving the prices up? That's number one. And number two, you say new homes. My neighbors put their house for sale on Sunday. There was 29 people lined up, and I live in a country club, lined up to see this thing. She sold it in less than 24 hours. But the price that she got, which I can't believe it. I can't believe she's getting those kind of numbers. Is it the buyers are making the market go through the roof?
actually it's two things that have created the perfect storm. And it is the number of buyers, and it's the lack of inventory. So it's just simple supply and demand, along with the unbelievable low interest rates, which allow buyers to buy more than, every time the interest rate goes up 1 point, I think it reduces their buying power by point or 10%.
Oh, wow.
So that interest rate, artificially low for so long, along with the incredible amount of buyers and the COVID reduced how many sellers wanted to have people in their homes. It's just a market we've never seen before.
And the other thing that we're seeing is a lot of transplants, not just from the Northeast, but from California, Washington State, Midwest, and they're coming in based on the taxes they're paying back home and the price of the real estate from where they're coming from. They're coming here and they're like, I pay $70,000 over asking, not a problem. I've got the money and I don't want my family staying in extended stay for another 2 weeks. So they've got the means, and you're absolutely right, they're driving the prices up.
Now's the time to sell.
Well, that's my next question. Real estate is supposed to work like the weather. When the summer comes and the real estate prices begin to rise because it goes like the heat, right? But I have never, now I used to dabble a little bit in the real estate game in the 90s. I was one of the reasons that the bubble did burst, because we were moving inventory and people were not qualified, but there was such a pitch and a demand, especially in New York. Right now, is it the best time? Should you wait till the summer, or do you move now and jump on the mass hysteria that's going on?
Well, that's another really great question. And if I were looking to buy, I would buy now, because for the foreseeable future, property's going to go up. Now, there's some people who are saying, well, if I buy now and the market shifts and it shifts hard, I'm going to be underwater. But if you're buying for 5 to 7 to 10 years, what does it matter? Because the market always eventually goes back up.
Good point.
So why would you, if you knew the stock market was going to go up for the next 3 years, would you still buy high-priced stocks knowing that you're going to get a few years of appreciation out of them? So I would buy now and get the appreciation that we're going to see, for at least the next 6 to 9, if not the next 12 months, easily.
I like it.
And then when you sell, though, you got to go somewhere.
That's the other problem.
That's the other side.
Where the hell are you going to go? There's nothing available.
Tracy hit on something a minute ago, and that is part of the problem is that because of COVID, people have not wanted folks in their homes, possibly contaminating them. So we've got a lot of people who are on the sidelines waiting to, for that perfect storm to hit. And in the meantime, you've got people who are looking to buy, and 6 to 9 months ago they would have said, I'm not going to buy because I don't want to sell because of COVID. And now they're saying exactly what you said. Where am I going to go? I've got my shots, my family's got their shots, we feel comfortable selling our house now, but where are we going to go? There's just no inventory.
That's the other problem. Where do you move to? And then I don't want to live in an apartment house. I did that in the Bronx. I ain't doing that again.
I can tell you, the apartments in Boca, though, are not like you grew up in the Bronx.
Well, the apartments in Boca are like $1 million, but I can't live next door to people. I can't. A guy, he has a dog next door, he's screaming at his dog. I can't do that. How are you? Come. You remember her?
Hey, I do.
And I just could not do that right now. So I guess you have to, you have to hunt where you're going before you hunt to sell your house, I guess. How are you?
I think what we're starting to see, and what we may see more of, is people utilizing what are called bridge loans, so that they don't have to sell their house, so they could go out, find a house, get moved in, and that bridge loan will cover them on the new purchase, allowing them to sell when it's convenient for them. Once they're moved in, then selling their house is going to be a snap. But you're right, there's a lot of folks who are just afraid, hey, if I sell my house like your neighbor in 2 days, where am I going to go?
Well, how does the bridge loan work?
That's really a good question for a financial mortgage person. I basically what it does is allows you to bridge the gap between knowing that you're going to sell, and they will analyze your home, making sure there's plenty of equity in there so that you can pay the loan back. The particulars I'm a little fuzzy on, and I'd rather not misspeak. But it's based, the purpose of it is to give you a short-term loan to get you into the next property so then you can sell your home when it's convenient for you.
Okay. So it gives you the leverage to say, you know what, I found this great place. I don't have to wait to sell mine. I can use the money to move, and then as mine sells, I'm good, which is a huge plus to do something like that.
Absolutely.
It is.
And what are some of the things people are looking for right now in the market? Is it multi-bedrooms? Is it a pool, good schools, the usual?
It is the usual. Schools for single-family homes are always a top priority. And after that, I think a lot of times it depends on where their work used to be or is now, if there's going to be anyone traveling. But schools and neighborhoods are, along with number of bedrooms, and now the bedrooms have gone up, I believe, to have that one extra bedroom that they can use for an office.
That's what I'm thinking, because everyone's able to do work a little bit from home, if not a
Yes.
lot from home. And you still
Sometimes
need
they
that
even want
space.
2 extra bedrooms because husband and wives don't necessarily want to work in the same room, or can if they're, constantly in Zoom or in teleconferencing.
Yeah,
Have a mini house in the back.
I would still need a 4-bedroom house.
Mini house in the back.
You need it. You need your.
I need a mini house in the back.
You need your space.
I need a lot of space.
Even if
I need
it's-
a whole Arizona.
You just because you go in one place and she goes in another place, you just need your away time.
That's one of the problems I have with selling my house, because it's like almost 5,000 square feet. So we have an intercom. Where are you? I'm in the other side of the house. Where are you? Where do you think I'm going to be? But I kind of like that.
Well, you're pretty good about that. Like here, you scream "Dawn," and
used
you
to it.
exactly know where I am.
No, I don't. I don't know where you
I'm
are.
walking in a loop around here is what I'm doing.
Sometimes she'll come in one room, I'll go and hide in another, and she'll walk this way and I'll walk that way. But that's all part of that whole thing. Now, the other thing I want to talk about real quick, because I want to touch on this subject matter, is deals that are being made in cash. Now, when I was in New York, I used to do cash deals because the inventory, I had to talk people into selling their houses. And the cash was king in the day. I don't know if it's still the same, but cash was king. And they came in here, and there was a closing attorney on each side, and they did the deal in the living room. And as long as it was registered and everything was legal, it was fine. But that was that motivational tactic, because in New York, everybody was running into New York to live there, and there was no inventory at one time. This is when I got into the real estate game with Michelle. And I used to do mortgages for a living. So I did a lot of bridge loans, seconds, and everything else to get people to find them. There was no place to go. But in the day in New York, people were coming down here. So it sort of worked. And people coming back to New York right now, not too much. Ain't happening.
Right.
But cash deals, are they back in play?
It is usually, always, for the seller, a cash deal is so much more attractive. Number one, it can happen much quicker because there is not a mortgage involved. Number two is that there's no appraisal required as long as the buyer and seller have that agreement. So pushing the market up with cash deals is usually how the price point moves, is when there's a cash buyer and it doesn't have to be appraised. Because as you know, Freddie, appraisers have to look backwards. They can't look at what the market's doing right now. So they're always going to look for someone who's pushing the market up. And finally, there isn't all the contingencies that a mortgage brings to the table.
Yes.
Once the inspection period's over for a seller, they know they're going to close. And they can start breathing so much faster than if it was a financed offer.
Do you have cash buyers?
There's always cash buyers. I think
I need
that
your card before you leave.
yeah,
It's a big, thank you very much. It's a big difference, I'm going to tell you.
It's
You
huge.
want to be able, first of all, the secret to this thing is that you have, and cash buyers that really want to make a deal. They're motivated to move, they're motivated to do this thing. And when, in my position, I would like the house to be sold to somebody who's going to appreciate it, and the whole 9 yards, that's about 10 seconds. And then after that, getting the deal done. Because in cash, there's always, you're right, it used to be that
You worried about someone appreciating your house?
about 5 seconds. But no, I want to do the deal, but you want to do the deal correctly. There's incorrect, there's the right
And
way,
also
and then there's the
taking it
other way.
as is, right? You talked about, Matt, people updating their houses. and everything being toothbrush ready to move in. What about those who want to just sell as is? Just, you know what, I don't want to put another 100, 150 in it to update it. Let me just get out as it is.
But it's in the best property.
Yeah, people are still selling their homes, you know, that way, and there's so little inventory. You've got to find a buyer, first of all, who will accept the house in the condition it's in. But because there's so many buyers and so few properties, you know, even if it wasn't a cash deal, you've got to have somebody who's got enough cash left over after the purchase that they can go back and do the work that they want to do. Because a lot of people, the first thing they want to do, even before they move in, is take the popcorn off the ceiling, redo the kitchen, redo a bathroom, redo the flooring, whatever it is. So yeah, there absolutely, there's a lot of sellers out there who are putting very minimal amounts in and still selling really quickly. It's just that if your house is totally upgraded, contemporary upgrades, it's going to sell not only super fast, but for a real premium.
That's true.
in the right neighborhood.
Everything is about the right neighborhood.
People are just knocking on our doors in our neighborhood. Will you sell your house? No. Will you sell your house for a crazy number? Okay. And that's what's going on. And it's sort of like an inside deal in the neighborhood. They knock. Will you take the price? Okay. And that's what they're doing.
They're leaving letters in our mailbox.
You should sell your house.
We have a lot, but there's a few contingencies right now. I gotta sort of fix things a little. I gotta go somewhere. That's the biggest contingent where I'm gonna go. Where am I gonna? Your garage? I mean, I gotta go somewhere, and I got equipment and stuff. You know, it ain't easy being me. I'll be living here, upstairs. Put a shower in here.
We'll put you upstairs.
Where am I gonna go?
We'll put you upstairs. How do people get in touch with you?
Actually, we both use our cell phone numbers. Should I?
Or swansonteam.com is a good place.
Yep,
Whatever you
swansonteam.com.
use, let people know because
Yeah, the best way to reach me, I don't know about her, but the best way to reach me is text me, call me, 561-901-7458, 561-901-7458, and then she'll tell you how she can be reached.
Our cell phones are our main mode of communication, 561-716-0168.
Or go to swansonteam.com, and of course you can always find Tracy through Fem City Boca del Rey, which is a great place to network for the ladies. I know you guys can go over do your man thing over at the Artful Dodger. We're getting ready to do another Fem
Tommy
City
be here
event.
Friday, by the way.
Okay, perfect.
You're doing another event.
I think we should.
I think you should go to the Artful
She
Dodger.
said she had a whole lot of fun.
You can fit more people over there.
I'll have to talk to Melanie about that.
Might be interesting.
More people over there.
Now listen, before we go, you want to talk to a team that knows what they're doing, and take this from me because I was in the real estate game for 17 years. And I joke about it was my fault the bubble burst. I sold a lot of paper, sold a lot of houses, did a lot of deals. It was the art of the deal is what I love because I used to get people approved for their loans before they went shopping for a house. And I had the Freddie Fix-It show. That's how it originated, was to do this with a mortgage thing. And I used to do it in hotels.
Remember we were going to do a real estate show, but then
remember.
there's nothing on the market by the time the show, say you were going to do a show on Monday night, and you said, all right, I got 3 properties. By Monday, the properties are gone. And they said, how am I going to do a real estate show if I got no properties? And that's what's been happening. It's unbelievable for you guys. I guess it's good and bad.
But you get ready, right? You have to get ready to buy. You got to get ready. And you should know your team. And if you know your team and they know what you like, maybe you don't like living in a cul-de-sac. Is that what it's called? Maybe you want to be on the street. Maybe you want to be here, be there. You have to be ready because the opportunities will go like this. I went and I bid on a house. I used to do specs. And I bid on a house. And I went above the asking price by $15,000. The guy, they wiped me out for about $45,000 above my price. And I lost it. And the guy, he moved. Now, he could have waited for me to come back. He didn't wait. So you have to know your team. They will tell you, listen, this is what's going to happen. Let's go here and close the deal. If you don't close the deal, you're going to be standing around with your finger in your ear saying, what happened?
You just got to do it. Contact Tracy and Matt, swansonteam.com. See how they can help you either move, relocate, or sell your home. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got Yanira with us. Yanira or Janira?
We got the
Chilean,
artist.
the Chilean children's artist with
Exactly
us.
that, yes.
And then at 1 o'clock, we're heading over the pond to Manchester with Miss Tony McKenzie. So stay tuned, take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
The Spa Facial by Maria has amazing facials, body treatments, and sugar body waxing for any special occasion. All our spa treatments have organic and natural ingredients concentrated just for your skin. We guarantee all natural products help you with that extra feeling of zen. The Spa Facial offers organic facials, foot detox, aromatherapy, manscaping, and face and body waxing. Call the Spa Facial for your spa appointment with Maria at 954-213-5034 or visit her website at thespafacial.info.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back. You ready to sell your house?
Yeah.
Contact Tracy and Matt at the Swanson team. Now is the time to definitely think about
gonna
if you
get
have
my
any
team
thoughts of it.
together.
Get your team together with Swanson team. How do they reach you guys again?
Yeah, people are asking.
561-716.
See, you're talking to your mic.
561-716-0168.
Or you can call me 561-901-7458.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Get your
Thank
groove
you.
on.
And when you get your new house, you need to decorate it with some artwork. We'll toss this over to Yanira. She's got some great art in the back of the theater. Welcome to our set.
Hi, welcome. Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Tell us about you and what you do.
I'm an artist, also I'm an art teacher. I started art since I was 18. I was inspired by my father. I always saw him doing architectural things or art. And when I moved to Germany, I saw all the architecture and I started dreaming about it. And then I decided to start drawing and then painting. And when I do the abstract, it's just you use the imagination. It's you just close your eyes and then you start painting, and whatever comes out, anybody can see anything. And that's how I started.
Now, one of the things about her that I don't know if you're going to know what this means, but her father worked on the set of Sábado Gigante.
Yes, he works in there. He used to do all the design, interior design for the show. He worked for maybe 10 years, 20 years with Mario Kreuzberger.
Now, do you know what Sábado Gigante is? It's
do
a
not.
show that ran on Sundays all day. #1 hit show among the Latino community for 23 years.
Wow.
This guy was bigger than the president of this country in South America, this Sábado Gigante guy. Now, this guy was kidnapped during this run, and they found the kidnappers, and they got him and they saved him. It made him even bigger. People were saying, conspiracy theories were saying that they did it because their
For
ratings
ratings?
were coming down. But I'm gonna tell you, Sábado Gigante, that your father was part of that. It's history.
So he did set design?
Yeah, he was the one that used to all the games, the wheels for the games, everything inside the studio.
Wow.
Amazing. And I used to watch it when I was a kid, when I was in Puerto Rico high school. I used to watch it. And I watched it because he was on Sunday. He took over all TV.
Yep.
It's that whole show, and they had the Coochie Coochie girls. They had all sorts of stuff. Your father's an all right guy, I'm telling you. He did all right. But wow, that is amazing. Did he ever take you on the set?
I went one time when I was a child, but I went to a show they have there. It was called, it was the type of shows date show for adult. I mean for teenagers. But I couldn't be in the show. Just I look around and it was fun. It was very nice studio.
Amazing show.
Yeah, it was.
It recreated television because he was so out there that some of the stuff that he did, you would say, how's he getting away with this?
So we say about you.
Not about me. This
Pretty
guy
much.
this guy was a leader. You ever notice Spanish soap operas from Telemundo? You ever looked at a Spanish soap opera? You're not allowed to look at Spanish soap opera, by the way. Wives will not let husbands watch Spanish soap opera. Hottest thing on TV. The women, the men, Mr. Bazooka and everything, and they love and all this stuff.
Mr. Firefighter.
Oh my, yeah, Mr. Fire, Mr. T-Ball.
T-Ball coach.
Mr. T-Ball coach. And Sábado Gigante had the dancers, remember the Cuchi dancers and everything else? Unbelievable that they got away with the stuff they got away with.
Do you do art for different set designs as well? Or your art stands on its own? You said you work with art shows.
Yeah, it's just I've been doing for art shows, and it's I had a studio before, and we used to do every Sunday or Saturday art shows, and for Lore.
But you've got different mediums. You've got the paint and was that gold leaf
Yeah,
and some stones you added?
This one here I call the nightlife of downtown Miami, because every time that you go to downtown, where the water is, you can see the reflection from the light. So by then I was inspired to do that.
Beautiful.
And this one, it's a beauty lady. It's just I created the beauty of the face. It's just a lady, calm, inspired. That's what I do. But most of the time I do more abstract.
What brings you the most inspiration?
I mean, anything. I have to be in the mood to paint. And every time that I am inspired, I have to paint. I can be any hour, and I have to do it. If you don't have the inspiration in the moment, it's impossible to do it. You have to be inspired, and you have to love art. I mean, you see so many artists, and you love that, and you're trying to express yourself with your painting. Every color that you put in the paint has a meaning. So it has a calm, happiness, sadness, but it's my dream. I do it because I love it.
Have you found that people are looking for something different in their art the past year?
No.
Still
no.
the same?
Yeah, the same. No.
And you teach children also,
I do.
right?
I start teaching kids in a private school from 2 to 13 years old.
From 2?
From 2 years old.
You want that teach that class podcasting?
Whoa, wait a minute. A 2-year-old would
A
be
2
like,
years old can learn art.
that would be like not
Your
even Rowan is
grandchildren.
3, like, who's 2?
Joey.
2, Joey.
Yeah. Normally
Imagine teaching
kids,
Joey art.
the art, what they do, they paint with a hand. But I start teaching them to use the brush. Because little kid can learn, anybody can learn art.
I have to take the 2-year-old class. I can't draw, forget about paint.
But you can express it. You can finger paint.
I could take balloons, fill them with paint, and throw them at a canvas.
There
I could
you
do
go.
that.
That would be fun. They actually did that at one of the schools that we teach at.
They do?
They did that. That's how they painted the walls around the dumpster.
How come they didn't call me?
Because you're not
I got a curveball. I can make a balloon go like this.
But the kids need a way to express themselves, especially now. So the arts are really important.
Right.
And you're teaching in private school down in Miami?
I teach private. I go to houses and I
private
teach them.
lessons.
Yeah, private class.
And what have you been doing now without the art shows? They're starting to open up. I think their Las Olas Art Festival is this weekend.
My last show was last year before the pandemic. So right now I'm trying to focus to do more art, and we'll see. Maybe I will do an open gallery and show my art.
Are you showing anywhere currently?
No, right now I'm only on Facebook. I'm working my website right now, so we'll see.
That's how I found her on Facebook. She was doing the art stuff.
Well, that's
Yeah.
part of why we opened up this mini gallery with Amy Reshevsky, who happens to be, I
She's
think,
in the
this,
green room over there.
in the green room, looking beautiful. What's slick? Your ears are burning. I love that outfit. Amy is the curator of our mini gallery. You've been with us, gosh, since the beginning. And it's grown. She brings in different artists
She
because
must have somebody.
things have changed.
She must have somebody coming on.
She
'Cause look at- She
does.
looks like $1 million.
She's not coming?
No, she is.
Oh, okay. I was actually telling my daughter who was coming, she said, well, she's a well-known Disney artist. I said, yes, she I met her a couple times at the gallery.
And she was on the back of Cheesecake Factory menu forever.
So it's going to be a great show.
Really show.
And so Amy curates all of the art. She brings in different artists. She helps hang and move things around and give publicity. That's what we get to do. Your show's today at 2:30. Tune into the art. Let's talk art with Amy Reshevsky. But what happened is during the pandemic, a lot of artists like yourself didn't have a place to show. The galleries were closing, things were changing, there was no way to get visibility, and we never stopped. We were on air, even if it was just the two of us sitting here and one producer. We kept going, so the sets kept changing, and that's how all this art came to be in here. So we have this little mini Brooklyn Cafe gallery at Amp Media Theater.
And we changed the backdrop to include the artists. We found a niche with the artists. We got a number of artists in here, and we're going to try to accomplish. You know, you have Art Basel in Miami. I was
Correct.
hooked up to that thing for 3 years. I want to do the Boca del Rey Basel, up here, which is going to be completely different from what goes on in Miami. Because in Miami, it's become a business before the artist. And that's not what we want. We want the artist to be the business, so we want to change it. So we're going to add musicians and all sorts of stuff that's coming. It's going to look different. It's going to be different. And Amy and her friends, we're trying to get 20 to 40 artists to participate. And maybe you'll participate. Even though you're in Miami, you bring your art up. Because we believe that this art sells simply because the artist had a vision. Like you have a vision of what you want to paint. And I want to read the vision. I want to understand, okay, it looks good in the room, but I want to understand what is the vision behind the art. So that's, we're sort of changing the viewpoint of the same game, for lack of a better
Is your website up yet?
I'm working on it.
So how do people find you on Facebook?
On Facebook, by Janita Pullman, just my name. They can find me there. And I have
Y-A-N-I-R-A.
Y-A-N-R-I-A, last name P-O-H-L-M-A-N-N.
Can you get a more difficult name?
No.
You know, you got to make it short, like YP Art.
YP. Yeah, YPR.
YPR.
That's going to be my website, YPR Home Decoration.
See that? YPR.
Home decor, that's what people need. And one of the greatest things about the artists now that you don't all have these big working studios is you can take art to the new homes that people are buying, help stage the homes that are selling. And sometimes they get purchased that way, or people go, you know what, I've got this great room with this great wall, let me do a whole piece just for it.
Right.
So you kind of hear the perfect time to talk to Tracy and Matt. Because I think houses need staging. Maybe not as much as they used to.
I think by the time you start staging, it's gone. There were 29 families. I looked, I said, what are all these cars?
And they got to clean out the old stuff.
Clean up. Dawn, I'm telling you. They were in the driveway when these people showed up. They were still moving things around. And the guy turns around and says, oh, that's interesting. They didn't even have a chance to take a shower or nothing. They just told the realtors, okay, just line them up. Because over there, you got to sort of line up. And then they sold it. I can't believe it. In less than 24 hours, done.
That's what's happening. But then people have this blank slate to create what they want.
Well, what I want to do is I want to take one of your pieces, and on the ship, when Studio B shows up, it's going to be Queen Victoria's painting and getting it to America. And there's going to be hoses and stuff, and they're going to get into gunfights, and we're going to have battles and stuff, trying to get the art over to a foreign land.
Wow.
Wait till you see my craziness.
I need a nap.
And they're drawing these things out.
Wow. He's a whole nother level, Yanira, is all I can tell you.
Yes.
They say artists are crazy, so.
Hey, listen, your father was crazier than anybody.
It was so, his imagination was unbelievable. He used to do big sculpture for events, and I'm trying to do the same thing.
I know, she's a visionary. Captain Tiny, the guy that owns the ship, his only thing that he wants in return is to live your imagination. He's like a giant Peter Pan.
Yep. He's a giant Peter Pan.
And he wants you just to live your dreams. And he doesn't want to hear it's not doable. He actually says he'll build me a treehouse.
Inside here? Yeah, I'm going to light a candle for all of you. All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, more with our Wacky Wednesday Hump Day, as Freddie calls it. 888-994-4995. Studio A. We'll be right back.
Strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open. Looking for a cool, laid-back space with great people and even better drinks? You can't lose. The Artful Dodger, Boca Raton's hidden gem. A good, old-fashioned local bar is hard to come by, but not anymore. The Artful Dodger is a fun, casual place to sit back and relax. Located at 495 Northeast 20th Street in Boca Raton, you'll find your new favorite bar. The Artful Dodger. We'll see you there.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Cafe. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
So the guest,
A hot guest. A hot guest. A big guest. Big time guest. Yes.
Yeah, it's really funny. I didn't want to say nothing, but we were teaching today at the school, and there was a fire truck with a lot of firemen. I don't get it. You know, women, firemen. I mean, I want to be a make-believe fireman because I can't believe how women get around firemen. What are you laughing at? So I wanted to, so funny. We were talking about, we were teaching today podcasting at school. And I got two of the producers in here. And I wanted to get their opinion. Now, today was a little bit different from Monday. And Slick, you were with me Monday, right?
I think so.
And Sasa was not. You think so? Yeah, you were there. I was? Yeah, you were there. Was it different for you today than it was on Monday?
On Monday, I have to say today was kind of easier, even though it's older high schoolers. But it's kind of easy.
Easy?
Or easier, because I didn't have to say 1, 2, 3, like basically have them get onto my focus.
Well, you had the unicorn group on Monday.
Yeah, the unicorn group is kind of like, it's a lot of energy, and I'm only there 30 minutes.
They're 6, so yeah. And they're jumping and they're bouncing on the unicorns.
I felt sorry for the unicorn, but
she's still in my car resting.
Today was more laid back and more, I'll say.
It was more controlled?
Correct. To a certain point.
I heard some real wild ideas going on today. Some of them were like dynamic, and some were like my eyebrows raised. One of, some of the kids were talking about
great
different
ideas.
things. And they had great ideas, great journalists and ideas. I didn't know, you didn't explain to me that the project was they have to build a city. It sounded to me like you were going to a city, but they have to build it from construction up. Did you know that?
Yes, their cities have models, and they're building them, and they're also creating them. So there's finance, there's structure, there's food, there's the eco footprint, everything. There's government.
So the podcast is supposed to be talking about this
Their
footprint?
city. Yep.
Okay, when were you going to let us in on this secret? Did you guys know this? I'm sorry, I see a lot of shaking of that.
I told you.
Did anybody hear her say that?
I told you 3
You told
weeks
me.
ago. We've been
You told
talking
me.
about this.
You told me?
We've been talking
No,
about
you
this.
told somebody who looked like me.
We've been talking about this for weeks.
Did you guys know this? Anybody? Does anybody in the
Does
building
anybody
know this?
listen to me? Apparently not. Yes, we've been
You
talking
are in
about
a world of your own.
space in my mind.
I learned it today when she was talking to the kids about their cities, right? And I'm sitting here and I say, I've been doing this for 3 weeks. This is like news to me.
Yes, the ultimate goal is for them to do a podcast about the cities that they are creating.
We have to practice our communication. Because obviously, I don't know what you were talking about until
Yes,
today.
we've been talking about this.
No,
and
we have not.
And every week they learn something different about a city. So whether they're learning architecture or government or food sources, the eco footprint, sustainability, all of this is in their cities. And now listen to them. They're all working on these sustainable cities with cryptocurrency. It's amazing that no matter what their podcast is about, they can incorporate it into their city, because now you need currency, you need money, you need a market exchange, you need art, you need housing, all of the things that are different within their city.
I feel about this big. Because I was so proud last week that I got 4 kids committed to talk about sports.
There'll be sports in the city.
Right? What the hell does that have to do with the city?
Don't you play sports in your city? Well, you don't, but you did.
Yeah, but you should. If you would explain to me, maybe we would talk about stadiums or parks, recreational areas, water parks. You didn't do that. I didn't even know that was part of the program. You know, I wasn't very good in school to begin with. You just make it that much difficult.
Judy Herman, where are you? What did you like the most, though, Salsa and Slick, about doing it, teaching the kids?
I'll say, I'll just say the conversation, to be honest with you, because I was learning more about crypto today from kids that are way younger than me.
Did you?
Yeah. To the point that he was telling me to get on Dogecoin. Like, we were going back and forth on Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Litecoin.
Yeah, he laughed at me because I called it Deutsch. It's not Deutsch. What is it?
Yeah,
Doge.
Yeah, they know a lot.
Yeah, and you know what? I felt, again, this big, I said to him, I bought $25 worth. He said, I bought $600.
Yep.
He made $45.
And he gave me the chicken wheel.
Yeah, they're cocky with it. They're like,
oh my God. So I said to him, is it doing well? He says, it's doing okay. And I know that it went up like 800%. So if he put in 600,
and
he made a whole boat of money.
It went up 8,000.
He's saying it's an investment, though. Like, he's not selling anything.
Yeah, but I didn't even ask him. I couldn't even get the name of the coin right. Deutsch, Ditch.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, he looked at you like, Doge.
He looked at me like, what do you don't know anything about this.
Sabrina, how'd you like it?
I liked it. Yeah, I just like talking to them. It was interesting. And then also the seniors, they were just really good at it. They were good at the banter.
3 of them, right?
The 3 boys were just really good. The senior boys were really good at the banter. Like,
The
way
guy
better
with
than
the
I would have
blue
been
hat.
at that. What?
The guy with the blue hat.
The guy with the blue hat and the one with the camo shirt.
The guy with the blue hat loves to argue. That's a future attorney. They kicked him out of the group from last week. That's why he was laughing at me, because he got into an argument last week. Did he get into an argument today?
No. They were having a great time. They were just like cracking jokes.
He likes to argue. And the basketball player, the 7-footer that sits always in the corner.
6'7".
Did he even talk today?
He did. But the blue hat asked him direct questions a lot. So that's how he got him to kind of like start talking. And then he got more comfortable, started like making jokes with them too. It was really good.
It's funny because the guy with the blue hat and the kid that I show you in the other room that I tell you he's ready to be a host on the show, those two were going at it. One is a skateboarder and the other one is the one that does the CrossFit. And they had an argument in the podcast about which sport is harder. Now you would think you each one voice your opinion and you move on. Not these guys. They says, let's go outside, let's go see who can do 100 push-ups. Podcast kids be very
But you know what I love is to watch them figure it out. You figure out the details and the learning process of it. So they realized 4 didn't work in a group, so they split into 2 groups of 2. But that's part of the learning.
They kicked them out.
Whatever it is, that's part of the learning process of realizing that this group doesn't work or this partnership doesn't work. It's a life lesson to pick your partners. But we can find another way. We can find another workaround. So all of that over the past week, they figured that out. So that's a learning lesson in itself.
And then there was 2 young seniors, 2 young ladies that have the poop show. They talk about all poop. So last week they did poop version number 1. Today they do poop version numero 2.
It's funny because I was talking to them today. They each have these great, amazing cities and the structure of it and sustainability and food and art. And I said, maybe you guys should have like a bridge to connect your 2 cities because it sounds like it's like a Boca del Rey. They're very synergistic, these cities. And then today we're talking about bridge loans, but it's like the bridge of you can have 2 cities, but yet everyone can be together.
One lives in the tree houses. All the cities are in trees. I didn't hear the other one though.
She
But
said
it
it's
was
kind of like
funny.
UCF, the way it's laid out.
Well, it's really funny, the imagination that they have. So naturally, I asked them, is there plumbing? It's a natural question, right? They have the poop podcast, and I said, is there plumbing in these trees? And she started to laugh. I didn't think about that. You got to be quick.
More to think about.
But they're actually phenomenal. There was a lot of stuff coming out. They're going to be on WSOMradio.com. And I'm going to ask them to put a commercial together because I want to put it on the air for them as well. And then I want to win the team that does the best podcast age category. I want to bring them on to WNN Radio so that we could do something for
How are you
them.
going to judge that?
I'd let your daughter do it, not me. The teachers pick it, not me.
You know, I'm a big fan if everyone wins a trophy.
No,
So for me...
No. Not everybody wins a trophy. Everybody can think they won a trophy. There's only one trophy to go out, and that is the prize. And don't feel bad. It pushes competition.
Slick, what do you think?
Oh, come on. He's like you with a dress.
He has his opinions, you know.
You think everybody should get a trophy?
I'm not saying that.
Yes, you are saying that.
No, I'm just saying that you have your opinions. That's it.
And what is your opinion?
My opinion.
Pirate Blackbeard, what is your opinion?
I don't have, like, I'm not going against you on what you said. So the
You
winner
can.
should be the
It's
winner.
okay. I'm a big boy.
The winner should be the winner.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're not the winner, you should be working hard to be that winner. But there is wins that you can win throughout a day.
So
it
you want
doesn't have
everybody
be
to get a trophy.
I didn't say
I
a
tell you
trophy.
what, why don't you put the runner-ups on your show?
Runner-ups? I can put runner-ups on my show, but, you know, they can still feel like winners.
Yeah, no problem.
What's the problem?
How about you, Salsa?
Probably, I don't know, with the, especially they're older, so yeah, one person can win and it's fine.
Someone came in yesterday and they said, so does your crew come in with nicknames or do they get them when they're here?
I say you have to earn it. You went and you offered him a nickname, and you got to earn the nickname.
Slick has a few.
No, he has one. Everybody now either calls him Spike, they call him, no, he is Slick. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
That's because I don't remember your first name.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not that hard of a name. I'm just
Well,
saying.
today is Sabrina's last day with us until August.
Facts.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, we should have cut a cake for her.
She's going home for summer, taking
Slick
a summer
could have
internship.
jumped out of a cake for her.
And then she'll be back in August.
And next week is Eminem's last day because she's going up to...
Everyone's going home for the summer. She goes to Orlando. You're going to be in Orlando also.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be close.
Everybody's going to Orlando, home of the free, home of the brave.
So we've got some new ones coming in, but we've got our OGs that will be with us. We got Slick, Teddy, Val, and Vinny. Vinny's changing his days. And then new ones. You guys are like our anchors. And then you bring in the new ones, but Salsa's going to be back in August.
Oh, that's even better. And I got to get somebody else to recruit for the Spanish shows. And of course, you're leaving when the Spanish show. You got a new one that we're doing on there as well. But we'll figure it out.
We could do a Fuego art in Spanish.
Yes, I wanted to talk to her about doing something with art and kids and go Spanish and English. Spanish for Fuego, but the English is Kids Television Network as well. You know, we have an artist that does pencil art. Those are all done in pencil. And that's Jay Harmon. And he actually teaches kids and grown-ups how to do that. He says it's easy. I look at that, I get confused. But we have artists that, for you guys, it's really simple. Dawn is an artist. She just doesn't like to tell the world. But for you guys, it's easy to do. This is like selling a home. Real estate, you guys are pros at it. And there's an art to it. You know, it's not just, listen, you want the keys, go look. You don't do that. You got to sort of blend and curvature and all this stuff. So there are different shows that do different things, you know. And art is, for me, art is the calling card to any show that we do.
And we different layer with different flowers in different ways, different senses and different feelings. But Sabrina, you've been amazing.
Oh,
and
thanks.
we're gonna miss you for sure. And you know, we keep waiting for August to come. It's only April. I think you guys have a long summer.
Yeah, it's and August, April 30th, August, like mid-August, something like that. Yeah, it is
Wow.
very long. Well, because we didn't get spring break either, so it got pushed back a week. So then school ended early.
What's your next internship gonna be?
With the Florida Collegiate Summer Baseball on the production team. So
that's
like when
nice.
they do the live, and then they do it on like Flow Sports or something like that they put it on. So Yeah.
And what are you going to be doing for them? Do you know yet?
Going to each of the baseball parks for different games and then doing like the live production of it and then doing the interviews with the players afterwards on the production side.
Oh, you're ready for that.
Yeah, this has been a godsend to doing this first because then I completely would not know at all what I'm doing.
But now you know how to
Yeah.
handle a mic, you know angles, you know the whole nine
Yeah,
yards.
like I'm incredibly grateful for this.
And where
Definitely will
are
be
the
coming.
stadiums located?
They're in Orlando. There are 6 of them. So
Wow.
I'm just going to be going wherever they send me that day.
Can you V-mix in and let us know where you're at?
Can I? Sure, yeah.
V-mix in real quick.
Yeah, I
and
was
then go to
planning
your
on
thing?
texting you like every week and be like, do you need
I love
anything?
that. Do you know that I always wanted to do shows from stadiums? And there's
Oh,
Dodger
okay.
Dean and all. I've always wanted to do
Well, we
that.
might be going to Tampa in June
Okay.
to do an event at a
Tropicana.
stadium.
I'll tell you
Tropicana
how
Park.
they do it because I don't know yet,
Well,
but I'll
no,
tell you how
actually,
they do
you're
it.
only going to be an hour away, so I was going to ask you to come join us in Tampa. It's on a weekend.
Sure, yeah, of course. I'd
We're
love
going
to.
to Tropicana.
She's going to tell us how to do it. I'm like, no, you're going to come do it.
We're going to do a Tropicana Park special, and then there's a game at night between the Twins and the Rays.
We haven't told you about it yet, Slick. Save the date. Tampa. Tampa.
But we
It'll
have
be
to-
like Brain Bowl in Tampa.
But we have to take equipment with us. So
85 vendors.
It's 85 vendors. It's big. It's one of the biggest in Tampa.
Yep.
But my son is putting that together as we speak. I think we're going to talk to her Friday. But it's interesting because stadiums hold. We did our first No Place for Hate at the BB&T Center 4 years ago. 4 years ago, there was 21,000 people there. So we rented a room, we did a show, then we went upstairs and we were talking. And in the hockey ring, they placed the banner, the Brooklyn Cafe, ADL. And it was an amazing show to do with the public. You know, you see what's going on around you. But there's nothing like television in stadiums. It's an experience that you're going to talk about for the rest of your life. And you're doing the productions at the collegiate level, which you know what's coming next will be the pro level. And you just keep growing and going. You know, she's one of the best.
How many schools are you going to be working with?
I have no idea.
Wow.
I just know that it's 6 stadiums, but I have no idea.
In Orlando.
In Orlando, yeah.
And I guess they're opening up to let people in, maybe.
I also have no idea about that. I just know when I'm supposed to show up and when I'm supposed to leave.
Percentages, if anything, 50%, 40%.
Yeah, probably.
Now,
some
I saw a
people.
commercial this morning because you know we're doing Comcast, so I'm looking at commercials. And you know that they do, what they call that with the Western, and the cows and the guys and the horses.
Cowboys.
Yeah, but what's it called when they do the event? Rodeo.
Thank you, Tracy.
So they're opening up.
Sounds like.
They do. Well, I'm Puerto Rican. I don't know the word for that in Spanish. But they're opening up the rodeo in West Palm Beach, and they're selling tickets. So that's back. And I was a little surprised about that. You know, that's big up in West Palm. I mean, watching people on horses and cowboys and all this stuff.
It is? Oh, it's like
Yeah.
Davy.
No, it's big up in West Palm. So they're doing the annual, you know, rope-a-dope, whatever it is. And they're selling tickets to this thing. And I was entertained about how many people they're going to let in, what are the circumstances. The NBA is letting people into the stadiums again, right? So in New York City, they ask you to prove that you've been either had a vaccination, you're negative or something. And then at the beginning, they were doing the swab tests. You had to wait 6 minutes before you went into the stadium. It was absurd. The amount of people, more people outside waiting than inside. So they've let up a little bit on that as well. So things are changing little by little. But that's going to be a great internship. Anything with sports is great.
Yeah, you have to totally stay in touch with us on that.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Well, I'm glad you learned something here. You know, we never know what people learn here, what they take away, because we just know what we do. But I'm glad it's worked, and you've learned a lot to go on to your next step to come back here, which is amazing.
Now, when you come back, I'm going to give you a little tidbit. The mix that we use has a whole layer of things that we have never shared, including with Teddy. We have never shared this. There are 4 angle shoots that you can record.
Because our producer never shared it with Freddie Slick, so it's not like we were on a need to know, and apparently we did not need to know, but now we know. Am I right?
Sorta.
Yeah.
He did share it with me, but I didn't pay attention. Because it's complicated. But there is another level to what you do with the vmix and the production and the lower third. That's the easy part. There's a whole layer more where you could do multiple cameras. You could do recording on the vmix as you're doing it. There's a lot of stuff. So hopefully, I'm hoping that when you come back, you can show us some tricks that you've learned
Okay.
in the camera world, in the production world. And by the time you come back, I'm hoping that we've upgraded to another level that I have to talk to my friend here about because I want to get into more camera work. So it's a whole bunch of fun.
More coming, but the Comcast piece is amazing. And for people who are looking to get their business to the next level, we are now one of the agencies working with Comcast TV in Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, and if you are looking someplace else in Florida, we can get that contract as well to put together a 30-second spot to spotlight your business at a fraction of the cost. You can choose the market. It's not based like it used to be on zip code. You can say Broward County and it goes to Broward. Different networks. We've got the news affiliation. We've got the baby boomers, depending on what you're looking for. And it's a great opportunity to get your business to the next level with Comcast. And yes, that's on Real TV, on Real Comcast. And we have all the numbers and logistics for you. We can even put together the commercial.
That's right. It's 28 stations. You get to pick 21. And it's a whole lot of fun. And it's important to get back into the groove of what you're doing. Now, if you're in a real estate game and you don't have to push a button because everybody's looking, then you sort of change and say, get prepared. If you're in the art world, if we're going to do the Boca Basil, get prepared. You want people to know that you're here, you're back, you're doing business, because everybody else is sleeping and waiting until it stops. Good luck with that. You got to do business under the worst circumstances right now. You just got to bring it. You do it safely. You wear your mask. You wash your hands. There's no reason to change that part of the equation. But if you want to get back into business, this is a great way of doing it. So.
Find your niche. You know what I saw? That now, you know how you used to buy things? We used to buy equipment, say in New York, and because we're in Florida, there was no sales tax.
Right.
We are now going to have to pay sales tax.
When did that happen?
Last night.
Last night? What, the governor called you?
Yes, the governor called me and the media and said that now, no longer is Florida exempt from buying things out of state without paying sales tax. We will then have to pay sales tax.
Wow, did you guys hear that?
Yep.
Slick, look it up, please. Fact check that for me, because.
Do you remember I asked you the other day about sales tax, and then I got this, and I'm thinking you're sending me like a funny fake article about sales tax, but no, it actually was there.
But there's a sales tax for everything we buy from Amazon. Is that
Not if it's out of state, I don't think. You pay shipping. It depends. But when I buy our equipment from New York and it's shipped here to Florida, we don't pay sales tax. But now we are
Really?
going to be paying sales tax, correct?
I didn't realize that. Well,
So that just came through.
stinks.
It is what
But
it
there
is.
is no state tax here.
No, just sales tax. They're saying it's going to drive so much more money here that we need in the economy.
Is it true?
He's looking
Wow.
up. We're going to let you know.
But look who's in the house, Mr.
Wow.
Blake.
Nice to see.
Thank-
Good morning, Blake.
Thank you for destroying my Wednesday.
Why? It doesn't really impact us a whole lot, but it's just food for thought.
Of course it impacts us.
Why?
Because you don't know what's coming yet. There's a whole lot of equipment coming in.
It is what it is. It's the price of doing business. We got to do what we got to do.
How much is the tax?
Florida,
6.2?
no, I think Florida we're at 7%. 7.5. We're at 7.5.
7.5. Yeah.
It's like gasoline. You ever buy gasoline in Boca?
Me? Never.
Exactly. Don't.
It's 14
You go right
cents
to
more in
Deerfield, or
Boca.
you go
Whichever
it's
you want.
pumping
Try
on, you get a nice
40.
price. Reasonable.
No, it's not 40, is it?
By my house is 40 cents more than if I go to the radio station.
Delray?
No, the radio station on Hillsborough. 40 cents more in Boca versus Hillsborough. Is that crazy?
Well, if you join AARP and you get a gas card, you pay 6 cents less.
Is that true?
Yeah. No, I made it up. Yes.
6 cents? That's pretty good.
That's the best.
That's pretty good.
The best. I go down to Hillsborough, and I go, whoop, and they give me 6 cents less.
Very nice. All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, I think we'll have Miss Toni McKenzie. Her guest will be joining us. It looks like Amy's got a new potential victim in our studio.
What?
You guys play nice. They always play nice.
What do
Looks
we
like
got?
A new intern, maybe.
Oh, my condolences.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, 888-994-4995. We'll be right back.
First and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, Discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios that will set the venue for any media application. We offer remote services as a radio or TV production and continue to grow new venues to bring your ideas to life. We also specialize in video and photo content for social media. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Hi, I'm Tracy McDonough, owner and founder of Healing Moments. Healing Moments is a healing playroom, a mind, body, spirit center. Our service is love and compassion, and the environment is soothing, peaceful, and inviting. Every area is designed for healing and peace. We deliver services such as massage therapy or lymphatic drainage, energy healing and Reiki, chakra balancing, physical vascular therapy for circulation and pain, vibrational medicine using frequencies and oils, and music in order to calm and relax your mind, body, and spirit. We also offer detoxification services using infrared sauna, ionic foot baths, and power plates. All of our modalities are designed to reduce stress, anxiety, induce relaxation, relieve pain, and provide detoxification and inflammation reduction for optimal healing and wellness.
AMP2 TV and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They have been working around the clock, non-stop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, it has never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact AMP2 TV at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Let's put Maria Teresa on camera.
This segment brought to you by the Spa Facial by Maria. Time to get ready for Mother's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Get your mom a nice massage, a nice facial, beautiful skincare line called Minimal Skincare, cleanser, moisturizer, exfoliator, and then there's the tea tree tonic.
You know, she has a special right now going on, so if you want to call her, give her a holler. Do we have the number in there?
Yes, 954-213-5034. It's also spafacial.info. Maria will answer all your questions. She does everything: foot detox, massages, facials, aromatherapy, teeth whitening,
I just texted her.
manscaping.
I just texted her and she says, I just finished with a client. I said, what'd you do? Manscaping.
I don't, you know,
Blech.
I just can't, all that hair. I don't know how she does it. Although I don't think I'd want to bathe anyone's feet either.
Why?
Feet aren't always so attractive. Do you like feet?
Feet are sexy. Except for Blake's.
Some feet are not so sexy, is all I can tell you.
You know, you can tell a lot about a person by their feet. Yes?
What if they got gross feet, though?
Then stay away. You have nice feet? You're always showing your toes. Slick and Blake.
They might have nice toes.
You have nice toes?
Me? They're normal.
They're normal toes.
You got normal toes.
My husband has two stuck together.
Does he really?
Yes, and it's hereditary because their first cousins were married.
Do any of your kids have that?
No.
So your husband is Aquaman.
He has Aquaman in one foot.
And he's different, right? He's a character, see?
So that's pretty good. It's, first cousin's married, it's only two stuck toes.
That's true. It could have been the whole foot, right? Foot and mouth.
Hey, Blake, tighten up camera 2. Foot and mouth. Foot and mouth. Isn't that a disease? Foot and mouth disease?
It is. No, it's foot and mouth disease.
Foot and mouth disease.
Foot, that's our show's disease, foot and mouth.
Foot
There's a
and
cream
mouth.
for that, of course.
There's a cream for everything.
There's a cream for that? Wow.
Amy's on a roll, Vinny, but I'm bummed.
Tighter.
You need some help, Blake Blackhay? Finals week at school.
And turn it downward.
So is her name
That's
Mother
true.
Teresa here?
That's good. Leave it like that.
You're calling her Mother Teresa?
Maria Teresa.
Okay.
Maria Teresa.
Maria Teresa. My last name is Dixon.
No, that's
Dixon?
close.
Maria Teresa Dixon? I'm just never going to remember your name, so I give everybody in here, except for Blockhead, a nickname in here.
But actually, I've never heard mine.
You never heard yours?
Actually, you're just Amy.
I guess that wins.
I have one, but I can't say it on the air.
I don't know what it is. Well, welcome, Teresa. You're going to be
Thank you.
working here, maybe?
Say that again?
You're going to be working with us and Amy, maybe?
I hope so.
Well, apparently,
Definitely
Mr.
helping
last
you
one
also.
off. Tell us about you.
Well, I'm currently at FAU. As Amy has said, like I have my interest in film, and I'm just really excited to be learning like new things from here. I'm like just having the few moments that I've been here. You guys are amazing. You guys have like great communication skills. The setup's like fantastic, and you guys just have like good energy.
Thank you.
Everyone's been very nice, and I'm excited.
Is your major film?
Yeah, I like always have interest in creative directing, so I definitely would want to do film in like a commercial sense. So it could be through campaigns, or if it is like more creative, then it could be on like special projects that people have.
Have you ever hosted a show?
I haven't.
You have good skills. You have clear. You're not like some people I know over there.
Thank you.
When I ask him a question, he writes a Bible. Let me tell you.
Blake, did you find out about the sales tax?
I mean, he's the best at what he does his way. He's like the cool man, Jack.
He's very slick.
He's
Everyone
very
loves
slick.
Blake,
Everybody
yes.
loves this guy.
I'd like to say I'm pretty good at like, you know, staying calm and like picking up as much as I can to like keep up with whatever's going. But I just have to like take a minute to kind of like find my wave and then
But
just
she's clear on point.
go.
What year are you in?
I'm in my junior year.
Amy, how did you find her?
Through Caitlin, who was here last week.
Oh, okay.
They're friends at school, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, very nice. So if you want to do this for credit, just contact Mitchell and he sends us the paperwork.
Okay.
And we go from there. He just approves somebody else. So Mitchell, I think, just keeps us busy. We get emails all the time, right? He's like, here, they'll take you, they'll take you. But you guys do great through FAU.
Yeah.
We've got great kids. Salsa's at FAU, Marissa's at FAU, Vinny just graduated from FAU, Val. A lot of our crew has been through the FAU program.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
Blake?
like a good school. I feel like really the only backlash it gets is sometimes like when people, they just want a different experience, like they want to be farther from home. But I personally stayed here because I feel like I'd have more work opportunities. Some of the schools upstate I feel like are a lot more secluded, that it's kind of either just like the restaurants or the bars on campus or just like on campus work. And I just feel like down here there's way more opportunities.
Are you from here?
Mm-hmm.
Blake, what year are you?
On paper it says I'm a junior, but I'm a senior.
You're a red flag. You're a red flag senior. Wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
So you've been there 4 years, but you only have enough credits for 3.
I just have the summer semester left, and my graduation date is end of August.
Wow. So why aren't you, that would make you a senior.
You switched your major?
I did.
That's why. That's why. You see, I switched mine, but I went from the medical program to becoming pre-law, so they took it. When you do it the other way, I would have been a freshman in my senior year. I get it. Now, we are a little bit different even than FAU because we like to create stuff and then fill in the blanks.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they say you should write out what you're going to do and all that, which is great. I mean, that's fun, but very boring to me.
Yeah.
So we will have I want to do something for kids. I want to do something for children. I want to bring in a pirate ship and turn that into a studio. And I found a guy who's as crazy, if not crazier than me. So it's coming. And it's going to be outside.
Oh, it's going to be a great thing.
And it's going to be outrageous. But I don't want it to show up here and then decide what to do with it. I just want to do something with it. I want to create a movie flick on it. I want to do a podcast. I want to add cameras to it. I want to put kids on the outside that want to be part of this thing and watch them drive their parents crazy. That's what I want. Because I believe that the more energy that you do. And then I'm going to need a host. I'm going to need a young person to jump around like Peter Pan.
Slick.
Dawn is going to be on a rope going from the mast to the building. And she's going to be Tinkerbell.
But you guys do have, what, 4 or 5 kids shows already? Also?
8.
8 kids shows. Yeah.
I am going to do that. A zip
I was
line.
putting some slick on the zip line. Get out of my head.
I spoke to Israel, and we have to treat. We have it all planned out. So yes, so there's a store that does dust.
Yes.
Tinker dust, whatever that's called.
Pixie dust, fairy dust, yes.
So what they want you to do, the cameras will be rolling. You're gonna go like this, and you're gonna be throwing the dust out.
I'm so excited.
Hope it's not coming from Wayne.
The ship is 40 feet by 10 feet
You missed
wide.
that. I know you missed it.
What was that?
We're not using Wayne's dust.
That's only like.
You could have a Tinkerbell scattering with Dignity Memorial. Can you imagine doing a Tinkerbell scattering?
Yes, I'm working on it. First of all, Maria Teresa, what they're talking about is a gentleman who happens to be very successful because Wayne's watching, very successful in Dignity Memorial, and she's talking about, scattering the ashes.
He'll be with us tomorrow.
But, even the WWF, you know the WWF?
No.
It's the World Wrestling Federation.
Oh, okay.
Even they had The Undertaker.
What did they have?
The Undertaker.
Oh, The Undertaker.
And The Undertaker was a wrestler who was world famous. And he used to walk in with an urn when he wrestled. And he used to put the urn down. He says, when I finish with you, I'm going to put you in this urn.
Oh.
And he was well known. So Wayne has a calling in this deal as well.
Fairy scattering.
She's still in the fairy scattering.
Wayne, we'll talk tomorrow.
Maybe the wrestler brings his mother with him.
Oh my gosh.
His mother?
In the urn.
He's going to put his mother in the urn?
Maybe she's already in the urn.
Maybe we won't ask that question. This is a children's show.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
We've got Tony McKenzie in England ready to join us.
Thank God.
Ready to
Yeah,
bring
she's
her
waiting.
over.
Poor thing.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Meet Slick, and I think you'll meet Sabrina. Vinny's on the board. This is Blake.
Blockade.
Make yourself at home.
Blockade?
Yeah.
Blockade. I don't know what that is. What? Kool-Aid?
Look how beautiful Tony looks. She looks like the girl from that girl.
I told you that, and you look at
Marlo
me.
Thomas.
Yeah.
I always thought that, I remember you saying I looked like somebody who I didn't know because we don't have that program over here.
It's an old program. It's like from back in Freddie's day, before your day. It's like from my mother's day.
Wow. Wow. What do you mean Freddie's Day?
You're a little older than me.
Wow. 4 years. There wasn't that much movies between us.
It was, before.
Wow.
I think that girl came out in. When was that girl? Like what year? 70s? 60s.
Oh, no.
Excuse you. I didn't see Marilyn Thomas in the 60s. I saw her in the 70s. Maybe the early 80s. What's the matter with you people? How old do you think? I'm not a fossil, guys.
69.
I'm sorry, what?
How are you doing, Tony?
Tony, help me, Tony. Please get me out of the Twilight Zone.
Today is the Queen's 95th birthday.
Of course it is.
It's the what, sorry? The Queen.
The Queen, 95 today.
Yes, absolutely. Did you see the funeral, the clips?
I have to
The
tell you,
service.
so magnificent. The church and the castle and the grounds. Oh my goodness, unbelievable.
Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? And the soldiers, the military, and the way they sort of, they do everything to perfection. Well
Really
rehearsed.
beautiful. I know,
Yeah.
amazing. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. Feeling a bit cold today, but generally we've had more sunshine. And I actually went out for lunch with a friend last Friday and actually sat outside a restaurant for the first time in I don't know how long,
Wow.
which was wonderful. It just felt so freeing. And I've actually been into shops as well. So it's kind of getting our lives back slowly but surely.
That's wonderful.
How
Things are opening
cold
up.
is it there?
Today, it's in centigrade. I don't know in Fahrenheit, but I think it's 13, something like that.
So it's like, I think it's a difference of 36 degrees.
Right, so it's like 49
Like
degrees.
50 degrees, yeah.
Now,
It feels really cold.
It was snowing a couple of days ago over there, wasn't it?
And not a couple of weeks ago it was, I think week before last. Maybe some parts of Britain, but not here in Manchester area.
I'm glad to see that things are opening up. I know some places in Europe are just still closed down and crazy, but it's nice to see that England is open.
It is, yes, it's great. It's a great feeling. You can just feel the vibe in the air that people are happier.
It makes a
And
big
they're doing
difference.
all the second, yeah, and they're doing all the second COVID vaccinations during April. So everybody who's had one so far is having the second one before the end of whenever it is next week, or I think it's next week, April ends.
Are
So
they
that's good
mandating
too.
it? Are they making people get the vaccine, or is it by choice?
No, it's choice.
Just like
Yeah,
here.
I think most people are.
I don't think you can mandate anybody to take a shot.
Different workplaces are, so that's...
I know that to go to school here, the schools are requiring the students to get shot, an injection. Like Rutgers did that.
Yeah.
I don't know
Right.
if FAU's done that,
Actually, most of our crew have all gotten their first shots.
except for Slick.
Yeah.
Chenzo got his over the weekend.
Slick, you
It's
got
a
your
choice,
shot?
though.
Well, no. I'm still,
I'm going to take you with me.
It's a choice. He's thinking about it.
Okay.
Tell us about your guest, Tony. Who do you have joining us today?
Today we have Catherine Samban, otherwise known as the Presenting Queen. And she runs one-to-ones and workshops helping people to become really effective public speakers and presenters. And you know the TEDx talks?
Wow.
You know the TEDx talks that they have online?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was replaced by Fred X Talks.
They're your talks, Fred.
Yes.
Freddie.
I put it on hiatus right now, but it will start again very soon.
Right, okay, I'll watch out for that. But Catherine coaches people who want to give TEDx talks and helps them to prepare and make the best of their ability, use the best of their abilities to give a very effective TEDx talk here
All right,
in Cheshire.
Let's bring her over.
Oh, there she is.
Hi, Catherine. How are you
Hello.
doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you both?
We're great. I'm loving this picture on the flyer that Tony did. It's incredible. It's all in the hands.
It's all in
All
the
in the hands. I always talk with my hands.
You know, when I first met Dawn, she sat on her hands, and she would talk like this.
True.
Like Stevie Wonder, she was like a Stevie Wonder bobblehead doll. So I went to commercial, and I asked her, "Are you on medication? Is there something wrong?" And what did they tell you?
They said your producer that had me come on told me not to use my hands.
My producer?
Yes.
No.
The woman that brought me on.
Not really?
Yes.
Okay, what did she tell you?
She said, don't use your hands. Keep them in your lap. But I'm looking at your picture, and what I love about it is you're so expressive because you're using your hands.
Yeah. I think there are some people who are really still, aren't there? And then there are some people who can't talk without their hands. So it's silly to not be who you are. You won't come across as genuine.
Do you know that there is a scientific theory when they had the shows where they sell things on the air. What was that?
HSN?
Yes, they hired people and taught them to sell ideas and philosophies, a book, whatever you got going, you got to do it with your hands. If you don't do it with your hands, it never gets sold. And it's actually a scientific thing that they came up with. So they started to get hosts that had beautiful hands. And it's a real deal. It's a real thing.
How do you train people to be on TEDx or to be public speakers?
Oh gosh, the starting point is with something like TED is they've got to have a really clear idea, and it's got to be a single idea, and that's usually quite a challenge because people have got loads of things whizzing around their head and lots of things that they're very excited about. So getting them to work on clarifying one single idea that would be, would capture people's attention and would be able to be spread, which is the sort of strap line of TED Talks. That's the first starting point. And once they've got that, then everything else sort of slots into place.
What did you talk about?
What did
you talk about in TED Talk?
So yes, I did a TED Talk in 2016, I think it was. And I talked about standing up, speaking up, and standing out. So how important it is to have a platform and a voice. And when we don't have that platform, if we don't have the voice, then we lose some influence over what we do and what happens to us in the world. We need a voice.
Okay, so give me.
In fact, if you give me 12 minutes, I'll deliver it.
Well, give me the 3 elements again.
Stand up, speak up, and stand out.
It's all of it. Stand up, I guess, is the courage to do it.
Yeah. Speak up is the ability to say it in a way that people understand and people connect with, and then people are motivated to take action. And I guess the standout is that we can make a difference. It's a bit like what you do, isn't it? You've got that ability to talk and to draw people out and to be curious about things, and people connect with that, and it makes a difference.
What makes you stand out from anybody else? You don't want to be anybody else. You want to be you, your authentic self, but you need to stand out so people, they resonate, they come forward and they say, all right, this show is about this and that. Tony, have you ever done a TEDx?
No, I haven't, no. But I did do Catherine's training course, the group training course. I think was it your first one, Catherine, first or second?
We'd created a program called The Phenomenal Woman, and you came on the first one. Yes, you did. You're one of the original Phenomenal Women.
And what is that program like?
Oh, it was amazing. It was over 3 days in a lovely hotel, and it was intense. There was so much information. My head was spinning, but it was great. And at the end of the 3 days, on the Sunday, I actually stood up and talked, and felt quite confident for my first time to do that. It was the first time I actually felt confident to stand up and talk out, because there's always been a fear. The biggest fear in the Western world is public speaking. And it's all, again, we've talked about childhood messages and being self-conscious and not liking to be in the spotlight. And I had to get over that fear and then work on it and get better at it.
I'm intrigued. I'm curious, to use the word you like to throw at me. The part where you deliver what you're talking about is a science. It has to be clever, it has to be witty, it has to be timely, it has to be confident. There's a lot of has to be's in order to accomplish. And at the end of the day, you might not even hit a home run. You may end up, instead of being here, you may end up being here. Tony Robbins' delivery is unbelievable, because now that he has a reputation, it enters the room before he's in it. Everybody's like, oh, where is he? I get that. But the very first show he did that nobody knew him, he had to start somewhere as well. So I'm curious to find out, how do you establish that part where you mix all of these elements to be listened to? How do you make a podcast or any delivery that much better that people will stay tuned to you?
Well, there's lots and lots of different ways to answer that, but probably the simplest way is to talk about connection. So if you have got the focus and the ability and the language and oftentimes the stories to connect with people, then they will engage with you, they will be open, they'll be receptive. So the stuff that you talk about with Tony Robbins, if you just step back from the content of what he says and looks at how he does it, it's all about connection. It's all about making that person in the audience go, this is for me, this is relevant to me, I get this. And then people want to listen, they want to participate. So actually the hard work then is in the planning and the preparation, is getting that right, is going, well, who is it that I'm speaking to and what is relevant for them and how can I connect with them? Yeah.
That's the key is what's my audience? Who is my audience? Because it'd be different if you're talking to a room full of women, a room full of men, a room full of millennials, or mixed, because you never know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
But does your message need to change based on who you're talking to, or is it more of your stories would need to change?
That's a really, really good point. Oftentimes your message is the thing that you believe in, the thing that you want to share that to make the difference. But if your audience is different, you would probably change the way that you would say that. It would be positioned differently. And as you quite rightly say, you might have different examples, you might have different stories. You'd certainly probably use a different type of language that resonated more with that particular audience.
It's like when we're teaching the kids. We're teaching podcasting. Our message of what we do is the same.
But I wanted to ask you, because we do a number of shows. We have over 30 shows that we produce. And one of them happens to be sitting here. And I wanted to make this example because I want Amy to hear it. When she does her show, she's talking about the art world, right? She's talking about things that make her an artist. And I think that and she's very successful at this. I think that people have become one in you in feeling what you feel when you talk to them. And I've always admired shows that do that. And you produced a show last night that did that on this specific date, and that worked out. There are certain things that go on, having a kids artist in here as well. There are certain things that are delivered that I find myself all of a sudden saying, you know something? This ship that I want to bring for children to do this television thing, I'm looking at all the elements, I'm beginning to relate to what they're talking about. And I was just curious to find out, because I know that TEDx is very specific on how they deliver it. I mean, what did they give you, 12.3 seconds or something like that to do it? So you gotta
Not quite that specific.
You got to get to the beginning, the middle, and the end very quickly.
They give you a maximum of 18 minutes, but you could do, and lots of people do, much shorter talks than that. In fact, somebody that I'm coaching at the moment, their rehearsal version was about, 13 minutes. But actually, we've cut it right back to 7, and it is much, much better for doing that. It's tighter, it's more focused.
It's phenomenal what she's talking about and the timing of it. We have our producers in here. We got a number of kids from school that we are asking them to put together a 30-second commercial for television. Mm-hmm. Now, in the day when I did this by myself, I had to sit down and talk to myself because it's really not that easy. A beginning, a middle, and an end in 30 seconds is the hardest thing on the planet. And I'm trying to learn from what you are doing so that they can hear it. Because coming from me, it sounds like a broken record. But you deliver a 12 to a 7. That's not easy to do.
No. There's a lovely saying, and it's either credited with Woodrow Wilson or Churchill. It depends, I think, which part of the pond you come from. But they say, if you want me to deliver a 5-minute speech, you need to give me, 3, 4, 5 weeks. If you want me to deliver a half an hour speech, then give me a week or so. If you want me to just talk, I'll start now. In other words, the shorter the period of time that we're given to put across what we want to put across, yeah, the harder it is, the more every single word has to count, every pause has to count, every story has to be crafted in a particular way so that it hits home at the point you want it to go. So yeah, it's a lot of hard work the shorter you talk. But then the reward of that is that it hits home and it's powerful.
It's interesting because TEDx doesn't pay people to speak.
Yeah.
But people pay you for them to go speak on TEDx. So the ROI of TEDx has to be bigger than the compensation that they're not receiving.
Yeah.
Makes
I mean,
sense
it's a huge brand, isn't it? It's the kudos. Well, there's a couple of things actually. There's the kudos and the brand and the sort of status, if you like, of being a TED talker, TED speaker. But I think the other side of it is their reach is huge. So if you've got a particular idea that you're very passionate about, that you know would make a difference for people to hear, and you know that if you could deliver it really well, that potentially could just spread right across the world. I mean, that's quite thrilling. It's not just 50 people in a room or 100 people at a conference or 1,000 people here. It's millions of people. So yeah, I think
one of your most memorable clients you've worked with?
Oh gosh, I have some not necessarily famous clients, but I have some really lovely clients. And they range from people who've come and said, I can't speak in public. And I've gone to them, maybe not yet, and you will. And they have done, and they've gone away and they've strutted their stuff. And really turned it round. And then I've had people who have come along and gone, I can do this, but I want to do it even better. And they're a real joy to work with because they're just raising their own bar. Yeah.
Which is really interesting. And Tony, it makes me think about what you do, people raising their own bar, right? They're doing this for their own emotional health, their own mental wellness, their own belief system, and that they can do this, that you can be happy, that you can be the best you can be. It goes back to what you always say about loving yourself. You don't do this for anybody else, but you hope what you've been through in the messages and everything you've learned, the mistakes you've made, you can maybe help alleviate people from making the same ones. Actually, our landlord said that to us. He goes, I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. You're going to make your own. But I just don't want you to make the same ones I made because this is what I learned from it. And maybe these are the messages that we need to impart. Not that we do it right, we all make mistakes, but maybe we can stop some of the ones that people don't have to make again.
It's just ringing in my ears. She took a 12-minute down to a 7-minute. And I've been there. It's taken me sometimes 2 months to put a 30-second commercial together. And it's my thoughts that changed the process because I wasn't clear in thought as to what I wanted to accomplish. Now, because I am surrounded by, you have to be here to sort of appreciate what's going on, at least in my life, I can't speak for everybody else, about what's going on around us. And it's not only this studio, it's the other studio as well. It's the people that make up the studio. So all of a sudden, I'm able to plug into different ideologies and philosophies and thoughts. And the words that you just said are sticking in my ear because I got to get these jobs done. These commercials have to be done. And the approach right now, the preparedness of it is important. It's important to get it done, and you want to have a clear path to getting it done. You can get bogged down, like she says, on the 30-second spot, and that's not what we want. But it's really important. And Tony, I have to commend you because some of the people that you have brought on here for the last month, 2 months, 3 months have been spectacular. And what's happening, it's motivating me into putting them on the air. I would like to do a whole week of shows from the UK, simply because the information that you are sharing is so necessary right now in 100 different ways. 100 different ways. And it's because of the people that you're bringing forward and what's going on in this place. when I met this gentleman with this ship, I wanted to do this Studio C right away. This guy's crazier than me. He's coming again Thursday. He's bringing the ship. He wants to bring it. He wants me to take pictures. But you got to understand, I've been doing this a long time. All of a sudden, now it's coming because I'm clearer in thought as to what I want to develop. And I think it's important. What you do is vital, because even if you're not even on TEDx, but you learn to speak in public, the way things are today, man, it's needed. It's just needed right now.
Stand up, speak up, and stand out. Right? That's what it is.
Yes.
That's a
yeah.
shirt.
Yes, it is. It is. And a lot of the clients I work with are in business, and at that level as well, if they can't explain what they do and the difference that they make, who the heck is? So they've got to be able to do that in a way that makes an impact for people. So yes, at all sorts of different levels. I'm absolutely with you. Yeah.
Do you coach people on that as well, or only for TEDx?
3.
No, I coach people for if they're doing networking, if they're speaking at conferences, if they are a guest expert. So yeah, no, quite a wide range of people. Anywhere where they have been asked to, or they need to, or they want to be able to stand up and speak to a group.
I love that.
Not always easy. How do people reach you?
They either go through my website, or I know them through networking, or I get a lot of referrals, which is lovely. So I get people ringing me up and going, I've heard about you. And that's because of lovely people like Tony as well, of course, who are my wonderful advocate.
Tony needs like a networking show. Actually, I was invited to do a networking event tomorrow. And I'm thinking nobody needs a networking show or event more than Tony. Because the way you network people, I mean, in England, we have a new intern in here. So they're in Manchester, Cheshire, and we're able to do this anywhere around the world. And the beautiful thing about the pandemic is now anyone from around the world can work with anyone, anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, especially if we could even send a tangible product. Amy could send art over there. It takes a little bit of time, but we just got a book in from Karen, we just came yesterday. So it takes a little bit of time, but to actually be able to interact and train and coach and go through therapy anywhere around the world, which is tremendous now, how things have equaled out.
It's nice. It's nice to be able to fall back on that, and it opens up opportunity. It opens up a chance to change things, to learn how to change things, you know? And again, I go back to Amy. Again, one of the best artists that we have, and I've asked Amy to do a show a long time ago, but circumstances didn't allow it to happen. And Amy has this energy about her. You know, you gotta be quick with her, because she's going to be quick. But it's that energy that transfers into her paintings, into her works, into her ideologies, her philosophies. It's just, I love coming to work because I never know what's going to happen.
You never know.
This
It's
is
like
better
a box
than
of
Cracker
chocolate.
Jacks. I mean, this is better than Cracker. I never seen anything like this. This is just wild.
It's true. It's amazing.
It's great that you talk about energy, because I was working with a group this morning and we were talking about presentations and training and bringing energy to that. So not just your artist and your artwork, but to every interaction as well, and especially when you're speaking to others.
It's incredible. With clarity of message, and sometimes less is more. Not in our world, but in the rest of the world, less is more.
You know, she had the nerve to tell me that Studio B wasn't being used enough, and now it was nonstop. Now I'm gonna blow the roof off this place, because there's going to be ship, there's going to be kids, there's going to be all sorts of stuff.
Well, we've got the platforms.
We got an artist in here that deals with children. I'm going to bring the house, because you know something? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work or not work, but man, I'm going to try. I'm going to try until it blows your ears out, because the way I see it, if you stay quiet, definitely nothing's going to happen. That I could tell you. Make a little noise. Listen to people. And learn how to deliver, because they got the formula. You just got to learn it.
And we've got the platform. So together,
we've
got a great synergy.
Yeah.
Tony, thank you so much. As always, let's see how much we can keep collaborating. But Tony always has great guests. I know you always love Sue Francis networking, but you almost need your own networking. Catherine, thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. Talk with your hands.
Lovely to meet you both.
Express
Thank
who you
you.
are. Have a great evening, I should say. It's a little bit later where you are.
Yes.
Happy Wednesday
All right.
night.
Thank you very much.
guys.
Enjoy.
Good stuff. Let's bring up camera 3 real quick so we can get our artist back up with the lower thirds and she could tell us how to get her art stuff.
You can reach me on my cell phone, 786-906-0421, or through Facebook.
Let's keep it busy. Give a call and get it done. Good stuff today.
A lot of great stuff. It was just amazing because it's about stand up, step up, show up, share your platform.
Jordana Foster
100%.
Sounds
Share
like
your voice.
Oh, and I want to invite you. We are going to have a lunch and learn on Monday.
Monday, 12 o'clock.
And I'm excited about the lunch and learn because Jordana Foster's come up with this idea where she can teach you something with a little lunch.
We're actually talking about second quarter, what it's like, what QT is like, your second quarter, what it looks like for everyone. Different questions, and she's going to email some more ideas. So what is the second quarter looking like for you in 2021 after this pandemic? Because hard to believe, we're going into May.
I know. It's crazy.
You know, what does it look like? Is it what you expected? What would you change for the second half of this year if things are opening up, things that we've learned, things that we wish we had done differently? We're going to be doing a lunch and learn on that Monday with Jordana Foster of Ready, Set, Go Beyond.
And if you want to get rid of the past, pandemic, all that stuff, let's add some new art to your house, make it look beautiful, feel good about entering your home because the art will talk to you. And if you don't believe me, I challenge you, come on down. Check this place out. It will change you, guaranteed.
Have a great day. Tune in today at 2:30 to Let's Talk Art with Amy Rashevsky. She is an incredible artist, used to work for Disney World, and you can find her art all over major incredible galleries. We've got the art of Allison Lefcourt joining us with Mickey
She's in the
Mouse,
lobby.
which is incredible.
I saw what she came in with.
We've got Mickey Mouse, we've got Marilyn Monroe, Statue of Liberty, some incredible pieces you're going to see on the show coming up at 2:30. Have a great afternoon. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that gleams across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and